Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time. You have approximately 45,000 people there. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security. That's for the free world. I'm talking about protecting the free world. You look at, you don't even need binoculars. You look outside, you have China ships all over the place. You have Russian ships all over the place. We're not letting that happen. We're not letting it happen. And if Denmark wants to get to a conclusion, but nobody knows if they even have any right, title, or interest. The people are going to probably vote for independence or to come into the United States. But if they did do that, then I would tariff Denmark at a very high level.
Have you asked your staff to draw plans for
And we're going to be announcing at a future date pretty soon. We're going to change because we do most of the work there and it's ours. We're going to be changing sort of the opposite of Biden, where he's closing everything up, essentially getting rid of $50 to $60 trillion worth of assets. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name.
Shalom, Yasha Allah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash. Double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to all you hopeful like Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Hey, this is your brother Mark from the GMS Boise Idol Camp. Hey, and we got Nero back at it again, stirring up strife, and when I heard first that he was talking about taking Greenland, I thought it was more like a satire joke, but as he continues and these videos come out, more information is circulating, around the World Wide Web. He's really serious about it, and this is the same spirit of Nero coming back in the modern day times as Trump, and also it's a form of called empire projects or kingdom projects, because when a kingdom is dying, it needs some sort of like a rally the troops type movement to think that there's still some sort of power in the world, when the only things that they're doing are it's like the bully going around and picking on the absolute smallest people that you can think of to move your weight around, and they'll go do that because they just had North Korea doing some high level ICBM nuclear missile tests, while one of the U.S. politicians was in South Korea on a political trip, so they were sending a message, so why can't they go handle that problem if they're such a big, strong, powerful country? Because they know that they can't, and they won't, because they have no control and they've made too many enemies. But what they're doing is causing these. I wanted to stay on the point of them talking about taking Greenland, because what is that only going to anger? That's only going to anger the European countries. And then he's also talking about taking over Canada, and this is an actual picture. This Mr. Trump posted, man, and it's funny having Trump back in office, man. He keeps things exciting, man, because even though he's a fucking devil, hey, man, you got to give it to him, man. He pisses people off in a funny way, and this is something that he posted, say that Canadians could be the 51st state and the prime minister could be the governor of Canada. Hey, man, so what it is they're just trying to feel like Babylon
and
the
we're
Great has
going to be
true
announcing
power.
it.
But going back to the point of how this beast would hate the whore, because imagine the type of just the way Europeans look at Americans already, man. And if they do something like this, they wouldn't even have no problems with hitting that button, which ultimately is prophecy of that beast hating the whore. And this is the prophecy of that, because these European countries, these East Asian countries, the Western Asia, Salakia, Western Asia countries, which is Europe, is ultimately going to choose sides, because in a war you got to choose sides, and we know that the people that are going to be shooting, those ICBMs are going to be Russia, China, even Babylon's own allies. And this is Revelation 17 and 15, and he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, because Babylon has its tentacles all over the place, and the waters again is symbolic to all the people, because that's why it says the seas were roaring. It's talking about how there was a lot of uproar in the people, as an example. It's continuing, verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which these, and each horn is symbolic to a power, a rulership. Continuing, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, ultimately stripping this place of its resources. It's able to even be a country anymore, because stripping her naked is you're taking everything from them. Because when you strip somebody naked, hey man, there's nothing they got but the skin on their back, man. Not even the shirt on their back, because they got taken, man. So that's why this place is gonna ultimately be useless, because the amount of nuclear missiles that are gonna penetrate and burn this place, because that's what you do with the whore, you burn her. Verse 17, for Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. Amen. Because that's why it says, and give their kingdom unto the beast, which means that they're ultimately knowing that they cannot do anything once they choose sides. But it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that's putting these nations in order right now to ultimately be in the position to shoot those missiles, knowing that that's the end of it. But hey, there's going to be pushed to the point where, hey man, that's the only choice they're going to have. They're going to be faced between so-called Russia's missiles wiping Europe, or China's, North Korea's, whatever, man. Or they can say, oh, you can help us, but you got to shoot missiles in the same direction we're shooting, and you'll be allowed to live, type thing. And just another one of many scenarios that could cause these nations to ultimately turn against the whore, being Babylon the Great, that mother of harlots. So I saw these videos, and it was just funny to me how immediately after they so-called confirmed the results of Mr. Trump's election and his inauguration another week away, it's funny. Or Salakia, not the inauguration, but where he does his major speech, man. So, hey, these things are happening, and we can see that the prophecies are lining up with this place ultimately turning on itself, aka Esau, Edom's own uh, kingdoms going against himself, because those are European Edomites. Those are Russian Edomites. We got Edomites in Babylon, Edomites in Canada, so ultimately they're going to be used as pawns. And not to mention, even in Canada, there have been people that found Chinese military training grounds in the damn woods over there, you know? So, hey, it's not too far-fetched. And these people have another plan once they know that Babylon the Great is through, man. There's no healing this place. They're going to try to, just like a woman, stick with the strongest man. In the times of survival, these nations are going to stick to the strongest nations around them for survival, ultimately believing that shooting missiles on this place is going to be the way to save their country. But we know that that's according to prophecy, as I just read. And, I want to get one more. Just one more. Because, hey, man, these things are coming. And we know that it's nuclear missiles because in Second Esdras, Salaki, I'm in another app. Second Esdras 16, and I believe it starts at 13th verse. This is Second Esdras 16 and 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And I wanted to bring this because this is how we know that nuclear missiles are in the Bible. And this is going to be the judgment that causes Babylon the Great to be pelted by missiles from the 10 horns, being the beast that the whore is riding on. And there's a picture that brothers use at their camp, for that depiction. And then we know that an arrow is the most similar thing that they have to describe a missile of their time. So that's what that is. And 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And these missiles are a plague, because it's bringing death, destruction, and a lot of judgment. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Does that mean the whole world is going to end? No. The foundation of the world of Esau, the earth being, these missiles are going to hit various parts of the planet, but it's not ultimately going to consume this place. But they are going to go and execute the judgment exactly where they needed to until it is done. That's why I say the fire is kindled, which is kindling is you're starting it, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. And so that's how you know that it's a set time of judgment. 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plague that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? So again, back at the top at 16, like as an arrow, again, showing you what the judgment is. And in an arrow, the part that damages you is in the arrowhead, which in this case of a nuclear missile would be called a warhead. And there can be multiple warheads in a single missile. But the point being that the mass destruction comes from the tip of the missile, which is like a delivery system. Because once you shoot a rocket, it's not going to land in the exact same spot that it came in. Same way if you shoot an arrow out of a bow and arrow, it's not going to come back like a boomerang in the exact same place you shot it out. No, it's going to go, and it's going to go until it stops by hitting something. And ultimately, the nuclear missiles are going to stop, once they completely destroy this place. Not saying that they're going to stop and that's it, because the Lord is also going to have the chariots and the angels, as well as the 144,000 elect men, that are going to be watching this place burn, that are going to be rejoicing over the judgment that this place is going to have, because we know that it's according to prophecy. And this is all for the sake of the Israelites being able to have that vengeance. What is it? Man that lives to see the fall of his enemies. And that is one of the things that is a blessing. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So that's why we're doing this, first and foremost, because it is your duty. The Spirit's on you. Brothers know what the truth is, and we have a responsibility to share this truth, blow the whistle, shine some light on what this devil is doing, and just link it with scriptures, because we can see that the way these devils move and what they're doing around the world completely 100% lines up with the scriptures that we bring. And that's why, it will be so yapa to see the fall of this place, and that is something worth living for in itself. But we are ready to give up our life for this truth if it requires that, and for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which we already have. Man, you should already be living like you got nothing to lose. Man, you don't even want this place to continue. Like, there's nothing here that has a how do you say, a payoff worth it compared to what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can give you by serving him, in truth and in sincerity, doing what you got to do, whatever means you can do it at, so Lord willing that this lesson was edifying, bringing it out on Nero again. So till the next time, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Again, double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to all you hopeful Lektakim out there laboring, that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.